everyone, and welcome to Brick Talk TV Live on this Sunday afternoon. And today's stream we're going to be doing the Dagobah Jedi training system here. So we're going to be building this diorama today. It's got 1,000 pieces. So if you joined me last week when we did the trench chase, which we got actually here, the Death Star, we did this last week. This was 600 pieces or just over. So that took us a couple of hours. So this one is the next setup in size in terms of the dioramas. So we'll be building this one today, so it'll probably take us a bit longer. And we haven't got the Trash Compactor, which is the next one up, which is a larger one as well. In this set though, we've got 3 minifigures as well in addition. We didn't have that last week in the trench run. So we've got Yoda, Luke Skywalker and R2-D2 as well in this one. So it'll be fun to get into that. We've also scheduled the Ultimate Collector Series 8080 build, which will kick off next week. So join me next Sunday at 2 PM if you want to see the start of a series of streams around building that set as well. So that should be a good set. That's nearly 7,000 pieces. I think it's about 6,800-ish pieces. So it's going to take us a fair few streams to get through that. But back to today, let's take a closer look at this set before we unbox it and go into sort of a zoom mode. So here's the box on the outside. You can see what we're going to be building today. So we've got the scene here from Star Wars when he lands his plane in the swamp, has to rise it out of the swamp waters and then gets trained by Yoda on the ways of the Jedi. So we're going to be building that today. You can see down here the set number, 1,000 pieces as I said. On the back you've got a bit more detail here, another angle of what it looks like, a couple of pictures of what it looks like positioned. There is an internal part actually in this one, so we get to see inside Yoda's house. Picture from the film, and then the size in here. So this one is 6 inches high or 16 centimeters. So I think that's slightly shorter than our trench run last week, which I think was about, I want to say it was 10 inches, but it might be 8 inches, something like that. And then the width is 29 centimeters or 11.5 inches. So a pretty similar size compared to last week's one. So let's open up the box and see what we've got inside. Also this week we got the start of June, so we've got a load of new sets being released by Lego. So let me know in the poll in the chat if you're going to be purchasing some of those. I'm planning on getting at least Optimus Prime on the day of release, but there's a few other sets in there that I'll probably get over the course of the next few months, like Grimwald Place being one of them. So got bag number 5, bag 6 and 2. Our instruction manual, a couple of oversized plates, another oversized plate, formed the base for us. So there's 6 bags in total, just put them back in the box till we need them. There is a massive bag here of trans green tiles, and I think there's about 140 of them in there, and I think quite a few people have said how a bit monotonous that can be doing that, so I'm not sure that's going to be too exciting to do when we get to it. That's probably for the swamp area. There's bag number 1. So we've also got these 3 large plates which form the base, same as the set last week. And let's take a look at the instruction manual. So here's the manual. Same picture as on the front of the box. Taking a look inside, you can see some scenes from the film here. You've got a note again from the creative director of the Lego Star Wars range, which he also put a comment in the last diorama as well, and you can see the scene pictures that inspired this particular diorama. We've got more scenes there. We've been working with Yoda, and then you can just see a bit more detail around the set there. So our build journey today is bag number 1 is going to build the base, same as we saw in the trench run. Then we're going to do some of the details of the sort of landscape with some sort of sand and mud boggy area. Then bag 3 is the fun bag, where we're going to do all the trans green tiles and plates to create the swamp, which could be a little bit, probably going to be a bit like Lego art in that sense. Bag 4, we're going to build Yoda's hut. Then we're going to start building some trees around it, and then we're going to finish off building the ship. And some more foliage just around outside Yoda's place. So we get a minifigure in our first bag, and we do need our oversized plates. So let's crack open first bag. And of course we've got Luke Skywalker in this one, so here's his legs. It's also his head and his hair. So he's got some sort of plain dark tan coloured trousers with a couple of pockets printed on the front, no prints on the back, and he's wearing a light tan vest. See sort of his abs showing through on that side and his back muscles there. He's got two facial expressions printed. One is his eyes are shut, contemplating. Oh, can't see it. His eyes are shut, contemplating there. And then on the back there, he's looking a little concerned. So I'm going to put his concerned face on. And then he's got his sort of blonde hair. So that's Luke Skywalker. So that's the minifigure we first get in the box. Just stick him to the side for now. Then we start building the base, so we start with a 4x8 plate in white, and then we're going to stick some 2x8s in black either side of the one stud overhang. We'll stick this 8x8 plate then on there, and then we continue with 2x8s around the edge here. Then we have two size plates. So we've got a 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 2x12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and a 2x14, I guess. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So our 2x12 cuts across the back there, and then our 2x14 just comes in across the middle there. Then we've got 4x8 in black, just goes on top there. And then one of our large plates then gets connected in across there. Another 2x14 plate goes on there, and also along the rim of this side here. Another large plate, and we've got 2x14 again, goes on the edge, and another 2x8 which just goes on the front here. Then I expect we stick our large plate again, our last one. Easier said than done. Holding about 4 plates in my hand at once. Connect this last one on. So already it's a lot larger, as I've still got last week's trench run here. You can see the extra size we've got on this one, so we've got much more of a bigger diorama in this one, hence the increase in price and the change in part numbers. Then we've got a couple more 2x8s in black, which just finishes off this edge down here, just like that. There's our space. Morning Brandon, welcome to the stream. The weather's a bit sort of overcast here today, not too good. And I might get the pyramid. I quite like the look of the pyramid architecture set, so I probably will get it, but not on release date. Probably get it a bit later. Well, it'd be quite cool to stick 2 of them together actually, so you've got the front and the back of the pyramid. Next up we've got some 2x2 white plates, and they're going to sort of go in to the middle here. I've not checked exactly if that's the right position, but it kind of looks like in the middle. Then flip it back over to the front, which is now this way round. And then we're going to fill in the gaps here, so we've got another large 2x12 black plate, and then like in the trench run we've got a gap here which we're going to use the 2x2 modified with the studs on the front in black, so we can stick a plaque on there. So we've got 5 of those to go in. just clip those onto the front. So that's what we're looking like as the base now. Then we're going to put some trim across the back here, just to edge it off. So we've got 3 1x6s in black, a couple of 1x4s, then we've got 4 1x2s with the studs on the side, and we've got 4 of our metallic grill pieces as well. So either end we stick a 1x4 and across the back. Try and get this in shot so you can see it. Then on all of these 1x2s with the studs on the side, we've got to stick our silver grills onto it. So let's just do that quick. Stick one of these after the 1x4s on each side. Then we've got a 1x6 which goes right across. Then another 1x2, and then a 1x6 in the middle. So the back is now looking like this. Then we're going to do both the sides now, the edges of those. So we need 2 1x6s in black. We need 4 1x3s in black. 4 more 1x2s with the studs on the side, and 4 more grill pieces. Again, we've got to stick the grill pieces onto our 1x2s. Just do that quick. And then we start with the 1x3s on each side. Then we stick these 1x2s with grills on. Then it's a 1x6. Another 1x2 with a grill. And then finish off with a 1x3 again. So now each side has got the grills on there and across the back. So just the front left to do. And for the front we need 2 1x6s, a couple of 1x4s, and we've got 2 more 1x2s with the grills going in the front. Start with a 1x4 each side, then we put our grill pieces in, and finish off with the 1x6s. So there's our front as well now. Then just to level this front bit off here so that we're level here, we get 2 1x10 black plates, stick them together and just stick that on top. So now the front's all leveled off now as well. Then we've got a tile at the top, so we haven't got any studs hanging up, so we've got 12 1x8 in black tiles, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then we've got a couple of 1x2s in black. So we just stick these all the way around the edge here now. All the 1x8 tiles go right across the front, the 1 stud gap at each end. Then we've got 1x8, we've got a 1x2 in the middle, and then another 1x8 for each of the edges. And then we, again, all across the back, we just put the 1x8 tiles in. All like that. And then in the front, as we did on the trench run, we've got a printed Lego Star Wars tile. And on it we've got a 2x6 as well, which has got a Yoda quote on. So the other one was a Darth Vader quote in last week's trench run, which said the force is strong with this one. This week it's Yoda's quote, which says do or do not, there is no try. And then these go on the front here where we've got the studs sticking through. So there's our Star Wars one, and there's our quote on the front. And that's the end of bag 1. So we'll open bag 2. In this one we're going to start sort of doing some detail, some terrain actually in the middle bit here. As I said last week, I really love doing this scale of build. hoping for a few more micro scale builds to come out at some point. So to start us off, we're going to concentrate on this white grid down here, and we need a couple of, well, we need one 2x2 plate, and we've got a corner plate in white. Then we have a reddish brown corner plate, and we have one trans green tile. We stick the 2x2 right in the corner here. Then we have our corner white plate, then our brown corner plate going the opposite way, and then in the middle here we stick our trans green tile. Then we've got a 2x10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, 2x10 in reddish brown. A white corner plate again. 6 trans green 1x1 plates. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we've got one 1x1 round in trans green as well. We stick the brown plate all across the back section here, and then we stick the 1x1 plates in a formation here. So let's put this corner white one in here, and then we stick these green plates in like this, just like that, and then our 1x1 round goes onto that plate just in there. Doing more of the sort of mud swampy area now. We've got a 2x4 in reddish brown, 1x2 plate, 1x1. We've got 1x1 tan colour, and then we've got a couple of dark tan coloured pieces. So we've got a 1x1 plate, another 1x2, and we've got two 2x2 plates. And we're going to build out this section here now. Try and make sure it don't move it out of shot. So then we put a 2x4 brown plate in first, then we've got a 1x2 plate in reddish brown, then we put our dark tan 1x2 in, then our 2x2, then we've got a reddish brown 1x1 and a tan, another 2x2, dark tan, and then in the top here we've got a tan colour and a dark tan 1x1 plate going in. Then we've got one of these turntable pieces, so stick that in together. Got 2x4, reddish brown 1x1, a green trans tile and 6 plates in green. And we're just going to build down this bit now. So our green tile goes on the bottom, and we've got 2 little plates, 1x1 reddish brown, then our 2x4, then we stick the turntable piece in, surround this with the 1x1 greens in, like that. Stick that in the middle there. Build up in this bit here. We've got 2x4 dark tan corner plate and a 1x1, 1x1 reddish brown, and a corner and a 2x2 plate in reddish brown. And so we put our 2x2 just above the trans green pieces, our 2x4 dark tan goes right across there, corner one, then our reddish brown again. Oh no, did that wrong. Ooh. It's not the 1x1 reddish brown that goes in there, it is the other corner one. Just undo that. That goes in like that. And then we put the last 1x1s in there. This kind of does remind me of doing the Ninjago sets when you do the sea or sort of the water. You put the plates underneath, cover it with transparent tiles, and you get different depths of water, which I quite like. Next up we've got 2x2 tan pieces and a 1x1 trans green 1x1, 2x4 dark tan and a 2x2 dark tan and a 1x2 dark tan. Now we're going to build up sort of this top section here. So we stick a 2x2 and our 1x2, then we've got our 2x4. Onto that we stick our trans green plates, then we've got another tan and dark tan 2x2 going in there, and our 1 tan plate going in there. Coming out a bit further here now, we're going to get another 2x4 dark tan. We've got a 1x1 and a 1x2 in tan, and then 3 1x1s in dark tan. Then we'll put our 2x4 in here. We stick our light tan and a green trans plate on top of each other. They go onto the ends with a dark tan plate under that. Then we stick our 1x2 up here, and then we're going to stick a 1x1 dark tan on the side of that, just like that. We've got 3 corner dark tan plates and a 2x2. Two by two, there it is, and a couple of 1x1s in tan colour. I'm going to fill in a bit of this section down here. So we start with a corner plate and a 1x1 plate, 2x2, another corner, 1x1, and then we'll stick a corner plate in there. Then we've got some bigger plates, so we've got a 4x4 in tan, a couple of 2x4s, a 1x1 and a 2x2. Our 4x4 fills up this whole section at the top. Then we've got a 2x2, 2x4 goes in, another 2x4 underneath that, and our 1x1 just squeezes in there as well. Next up, 2x4 in tan. We've got grey coming in now, so we've got light bluish grey in 2x2 and 1x2, 2x3 dark tan and a 1x2, and then a couple of 1x1s in tan colour. So our 2x3 goes down in the bottom here, then we get a 1x2 and a 1x1, put our 2x4 in, 1x1 goes in there, and then the first bit of grey just goes onto the end there. Another couple of 4x4s, and we've got a 2x6 in tan, 1x4, couple of 1x1s, and a dark tan 1x1, 3 1x2s in grey, a corner dark grey and a 1x2, sorry, dark tan and a 1x2 dark tan. So now it's going to continue to build across here. Start with a 2x6, a 1x4, and we've got a 1x1 bottom here, dark tan, then normal tan, 1x2, in our corner tile, stick a 1x1 in there, and we've got our 2 4x4s which just go right across here. Then we stick our grey 1x2s there, and at the end here. So you can see it all coming together. Now we're going to build sort of round here a bit more. So we've got a 2x6 in bluish grey, same in tan, the 1x6 in tan and dark tan, got a 1x2, a couple of 1x2s in tan, 2x2 in bluish grey and a 1x2 in bluish grey. And so we stick our 1x6 dark tan first into the corner, and the normal tan 1x2s with the dark tan in the middle, then the 2x6, 1x6 in tan, got the grey coming through then, and a 1x2 facing that way, just up there. Then we've got 3 grey 2x4s, we've got 6 grey 2x2s, and a couple of 1x2s. We stick the 1x2s in grey together, and that snaps in the top corner here. We also do the same with the 2x2s, so 3 pairs stuck together, raised up. One goes here, and one goes there, and then 4 stud gap, and that one goes there. Then we have a 2x4 going across here, then one there, and then one over there. We've got a 1x4, a 2x6 and 2 2x2s in grey, and then a 2x4 in a tan. Our 2x6 goes across the tiles we've already put in. Then we have a 2x2, stick our 1x6 in, our 2x4 in tan, and then our 2x2 in again there. So we've got some different levels appearing now. Then we've got a 6x, what's that, 10? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yep, 6x10, a 1x10, 2 2x2s in grey, and we stick this large plate here on top of those grey plates, and then our 1x10 at the back here. Then we've got our 2x2 there, and I think that's right. Is that right? Looks about right. Another one there. So just raising this sort of shoreline up a little bit where Yoda's hut's going to go. Then we've got a 1x10 in tan, 1x4 and a couple of 1x2s. And we stick that around these grey pieces, kind of like a little shoreline. Give us some more texture in these bits. Then we've got 2 1x4s, 2x2s, 1x2, and then we've got 5 more trans green plates. This time up here we stick our 2x2, and our 1x4 comes down there and down here. Then we stick our 5 green plates in a row at the top here. Like that, and then we stick a 1x2 plate in the top there as well. Next up we've got 4 trans green tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I just need 4, miscounted, and then 3 round green tiles. Add some green tiling down this end. So in this corner, stick one of the tiles there. Our circle pieces just going in around the turntable piece. Just put the details around there. Then we've got 19 1x1 plates. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So we're going to stick these down here in the sort of swamp area. So we start with 4 1x1 plates, covering the white up. Then we follow the white round. Then we go 4 studs up, 3 across here. There we go. So just put some green details in there. Then we've got one of these 2x2s with a sort of staggered angle which goes on the turntable piece, like that. And also 2 more 1x1 rounds with the studs on top, and a green plate. We stick these together. So we've got the plate, the 2 round pieces on top, and that goes on our last white piece in the middle over there. Then we get 9 more round green pieces. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just add these already onto our existing plates. On there, got this kind of almost like bubble effect going on there. And then to finish us off in this bag, we've got 5 round tiles, and stick these on top. Some of these pieces like that. And that's the end of bag 2. So you can see the trains coming along. Bag 3, as I said, is just full of green plates. So this one is going to, I think a lot of people say this is probably the most boring bit now of the build. You just lay lots of green plates. Here they all are. We're going to fill up all of this sort of area here with some green swamp. That's all we've got in this bag. It's just green tiles and some green plates. So I chuck half of them across the room. I'll leave the plates in the bag so it's easier to distinguish between the two. Here we go. It almost looks like a bit like Lego art. So the instructions are very much showing you each position of all the pieces. So to start with, it says you need 39 green plates. So let's get going. And this bag is actually a mixture of tiles and plates. I thought it was just plates in here. You like to give you a challenge when they bag up pieces. Lego art is very good training for this. Count all the dots, the studs in the gap. I think we're nearly there. A couple more to go in, I think. So if one there, this one in. Then I think there's two more to go in. Go in there and here. So let's have a quick look. This one there. That one there, and the one there. Those two. 1, 2, 1. That 4 there. Missing 2 there. One and 2 here. One there, that. So there we go. So there's our green plates, and now we've got basically where there's all the gaps here, we've got to fill all these in with tiles. There's 177 1 by 1 green tiles to stick in. So let's do a bit of Lego art skills. One Ninjago skills for the waters. Fill all these 177 1 by 1 green tiles in. Got 2, 4. fill all this space over here up completely. Up to the shoreline. So this is a big chunk of the piece count. Doing all this tiling. We think there's 1,000 pieces in here. We've got nearly 200 probably, once you add all the other plates together. Just concentrating on doing the swamp part. Move over to this part of the swamp. Brandon, you're waiting for the Super Mario releases, are you? You're going to get Princess Peach's. Quite like the look of the Peach's castle. It looks quite good. So nearly there with these. We've got quite a few tiles left, so there might be some. I don't know whether we're supposed to stick some tiles on there, cover some of these studs up or not. See how many we have left. like we've got just the right amount to finish this off. Yep, 2 left and 1 more. So there we go. So there's the full green swamp. So you can see the different shades of colour coming through the depth. That's the end of bag 3. So bag 4, I think there's a small. No, I've got 2 bags for bag 4. It's going to build a bit of Yoda's hut, I think. Lots of pieces in bags 4. So to start us off, we get 3 6x6 dark tan plates. We've got a 2x3 dark tan plate and a 1x6 plate, and we're going to cover up all of these gaps at the back here. So put all our 6x6s together like that, and then we've got our 2x3 and our 1x6 dark tan going across the back. So that's where we'll be able to put some Yoda's hut in. I'm going to cover up some of this section here as well. So we've got a couple of 1x4 modify with 2 studs on top. Dark tan, 3 dark tan tiles, 1x2s, 2x4, a corner plate somewhere, a couple of 1x1 plates in dark tan. There's one. There's the other one. There's the other one. And then we stick these just to cover this gap up here. So the 1x4 is modified, and the 2x4, and our corner, one of our 1x2 tiles, another one there, 1x1, another 1x1, and then a 1x2 tile just going across over there. We keep building out this way now, so we've got a 2x6 plates, a 2x3 tile and a 2x2 tile in dark tan, and a couple of 2x3 plates. So 2x3 plate and our 2x6 plate, and we've got 2x2 tile, 2x3 plate and a tile there. Then we've got a 2x4 tile, a couple of 1x2 tiles. There's one. There's 2, 1x1 plate. Should have a where are we? A 2x3 plate, a 2x4 plate somewhere. So we've got a corner one. That's a 2x4. So just building a bit more out over this grey here. Stick our corner up, corner plate there. 1x2, 1x2 underneath that, 1x1 goes there, 2x4 tile goes across, and a 2x4 plate and a 2x3. Then we've got a couple of corner plates, wedge, 2x2 and Another wedge here to do a bit of the shoreline. Corner goes in there, and a wedge. Another curved piece there. Tile there, and over here you see this angled piece there. Continuing with the edge again. Corner piece, we've got a couple of these wedge pieces and 4 of these wedge pieces in dark tan, and a 1x1 tile in dark tan. If I can find it. There it is. And we're just going to build a bit more around this bit here. So got this wedge here. This one here. Another one there. And one large corner piece there. Then our 1x1 tile goes in. Another wedge. Another one of those. And our final one covers up here. So that's the ground area now for where we're going to be building Yoda's hut. Then to start with, we've got one of these sort of inverted curved pieces. We've got a couple of reddish brown log bricks and 3 1x1 round bricks. Take this curved piece and we'll stick a log, these 1x1 rounds, into the bottom. Then we have a log brick, another log brick on top here, and then a 1x1 round there. So we build like this, and that connects across the back over here like this. In fact, it doesn't connect there, it connects one stud over, so it goes into the black edge. I nearly missed that. Then we've got a tan corner 2x2, a log brick, and one of these smaller sloped pieces. Smaller sloped piece goes in first, then a log brick, and then our corner brick like this. Then we get 2 2x2s in black, stick them together like that, and then on top here we're going to stick 3 orange 1x1 round flat tiles and 1 red like this, and it's going to go into the corner brick there like that. Another corner brick, a tan curved brick, and a 1x1 round this time, and 1x1 round brick goes in there, and we finish off the corner brick over here. Then we've got a jumper tile, 1x2 in tan, and 2 1x1 tiles. The jumper goes in the middle here, and then our 1x1 tiles go over the side. Do some details here inside Yoda's hut. Got a log brick, one of these 2x2 round brown bricks with detail on the side, and another curved piece that goes in there. 1x1 round goes on top, and then we have a log brick goes on like that. So we've got something like this. Then we've got a 2x2 brick and a plate, both in tan colour. Where's the plate? There it is. Plate just goes on top of these bricks we've added, and the brick goes after it there. Got a 2x2 modified with just 2 studs, and then we've got a brown cheese wedge and a reddish brown cheese wedge. They go next to each other. One goes in there like this. Then we've got 4 log bricks, 1x2s, and a tan cheese wedge. And we start building these over here. So 3 of them go together. Then it comes inwards, and then we have a cheese wedge just next to it, about there. Not quite straight, but straight enough. Then we have one of these curved pieces. We've got a brown 1x1 plate, 3 more log bricks, 1x2s, and a 1x1 round brick. We stick the brown plate to the bottom of this curved piece, and this goes on the end over here. Next to that we put our log bricks and our 1x1 rounds. So we're looking like this. Then we've got a 1x2, 1x1 round. Please continue to build up this part. Then we've got a 1x2 reddish brown plate. Stick a 1x1 regular tan brick on that with a round one next to it. Reddish brown 1x2 plate goes on top. Then another 1x1 brick. Then we stick a brown 1x1 plate next to that. And then we get one of these curved bricks and it goes on top. And that comes on the inside of what we've got there. Just goes in there. Then we get one of these large slope pieces, stick that next to what we just built. In there. Slightly smaller brown one, we top that with a brown cheese wedge. Like this. And that goes just in front of it there like that. Then we've got another one of these inverted slopes. We stick a 1x3 reddish brown plate onto the bottom of it just to raise it up, and that goes next to what we've just put there. It's almost like all these little tree stump things building out, some different textures. We have one of these corner pieces here which is often used for beds these days, and then in the back here we're going to stick a couple of 1x1 round plates in brown colour. Like that to level it off, and that's going to go into the corner down here now, so it covers up that hole we had earlier. Yeah, Brandon, definitely I'm getting the Optimus Prime next month. That's on the first. That's probably my only purchase this month because I'm going on holiday, so I don't want to spend too much money. So I think I'll just get Optimus Prime and then get the other sets I want at a later time when they're in stock. Just adding some details now into what we've already built. Then we get a 1x6 reddish brown plate. We stick a 1x1 round on the ends, then a log brick next to that, and 2 brown coloured 1x1 plates like this, and that goes across the back here, sticks on like that. And we've got an arch piece which goes on over here. It has a 1x1 round next to it, and then it's connected with a 1x3 plate. And then we do 2 more arches on the opposite side here, 1 and 2, and into those we also stick some curved pieces to attach them properly so they don't fall off. You can see a curve is forming here at the back. which will allow us to see into Yoda's hut once it's complete. Then we've got a 1x6 which is going to connect these two arches together now. Stick that together. And another one of these curved pieces. And go down here just to follow on this curved look here. We have another smaller inverted curved piece, one of these, which just goes on our two studs showing there. We have another arch, goes on the other side here, and then we're going to stick a 1x3 plates across this side just to secure that arch. So it's getting like this now. Then we'll need a regular 1x1 in tan, a couple of log bricks, another 1x1 round, and an olive green cheese wedge. I'll put some detail down here now. So one log brick goes in there, another one there, and we'll just stick details in there like this. Then we need one of these tan curved pieces. We've got a 1x1 plate and two 1x1s with studs on the side in tan. First off, we take one of those and stick the 1x1 plate on the front. Then stick the curved piece into the front of that like this, and then stick the other 1x1 with a stud on the side into the top. So we end up with something like this, and that's going to connect onto the front here to start giving us a curved look of his hut, I think. Then we've got a couple of reddish brown and a tan curved piece. Start with the tan one. Then we've got the reddish brown ones. Just adding some detail on the outside of the hut. Then we've got a little cauldron kind of thing. This little bucket. Stick the handle on it. And inside we stick a couple of olive green 1x1 round plates. Goes into the middle like that. And this sits onto this jumper tile there. So there's a little bucket of food there. Then we've got a brown 1x2 slope. We stick a 1x1 brown plate on top of that, and then onto that we'll stick a cheese wedge in brown, and that just sticks up there. Then we get an Erling brick, if I can find it. Erling brick in tan. Into the back of that we'll stick a 1x1 round in dark tan. Then we'll stick a tan coloured 1x1 round brick, if I can find it. Probably right in front of me. There it is, rolled away. It goes into the back. Then we've got some white handlebar type pieces that go into the bottom of that. And we have a white feather or flame that goes in there. And on top of that, then we stick a cheese wedge. And that sticks up here. So we've got that sticking out there now. Let's just put that to the side a moment. We've got to build additional bits. So we start with a curve here, sort of an arch, sorry. Then put a 1x2 plate onto that. Attach another one to that. And we've got a cheese wedge going onto our plate and a 1x1 next to that. Then we've got a curved piece and a 1x1 normal brick, which goes into the bottom of that. Then we get a 2x3 plate, stick that across there, and a 1x2, flip this over now, and then we've got an inverted sloped piece somewhere. There it is, and that goes into the bottom like that. Then we've got another curved piece, another 1x1 normal brick, goes into the bottom there. Hopefully we'll flip this over, it's just about right. We've got 1x2 plate with one of these cheese wedges built into it, and then a 1x2 plate goes next to that. So that's a bit of a complicated shape, but that's kind of what we've built. Then if we bring this back in, then this kind of fits on there. So we end up with something that looks like that. Then a couple of double cheese wedges and a single cheese wedge in tan. Then we stick our double cheese wedge in there, and a single cheese wedge, and another double. Then we've got 1x3 brown tile next to each other, and a cheese wedge there, just like that. Next up we need log brick, curved brick, 1x2 in brown, 1x1 in brown, and a reddish brown tile. We're going to add some bits to the back here. First up we have a curved piece that goes in top, and a 1x1 plate goes next to that. A 1x2 plate goes down there. A log brick comes at the front, and then our tile just goes on there. So we've added some more curvature here, log brick there, and a tile there. Time to put another complicated shape. Start with one of those and a 1x2. Stick them together. Dark tan 1x1 goes on top. Then an arch piece, and a dark tan 1x1 on top like that. Then we get a corner plate, stick a 1x2 into the bottom, 1x1 goes into the top. That then sticks onto what we've already built. Then we stick a curved piece into the sloped piece, sorry, into the bottom there. Stick a 2x3 plate onto the top. Two curved bricks go onto the top here, and then we've got some cheese wedges at the top there like that. Bring this back in, and then that sticks onto this side here. So you can see some details coming together of the curved hut that he lives in. We have another sloped piece that we stick a 1x1 on top. It goes next to the ends. And then we have a brown cheese wedge that just goes onto the end of that, so start to build out a bit more. Then we do what we did earlier on this side. We stick another curved piece here. So we've got curved 2 1x1s with studs on the side and a 1x1 plate. Stick that in to the side stud here. Goes into the end. And then the other one goes in there. We can then attach that to the front there. So stick a 1x1 on top of this larger inverted slope that goes into the corner here. Then the smaller slope, you've got a cheese wedge that goes on top. It goes next to it on this side. Then we take a large tan curve piece and we stick a couple of 1x1 plates into the bottom of that. That then sticks onto the front here in this fashion. Then on top here we take a 4x6, sort of stick these two sides together without breaking it all. There we go, so we've stuck that roof onto that. Then round the front here we're going to stick 2 of these curved pieces just in there and there. See, it's giving that curved look. Then there's a 2x4 now, just goes across there to secure those into position. We've got 2 1x3s in veg brown, 1x1 in brown, and a dark tan cheese wedge. Stick the 2 1x3s together with a 1 stud offset, dark brown 1x1, and then a dark tan cheese wedge on top. That then goes across from the back to the front here, just connecting these bits together. Two tan cheese wedges, 1x2, double cheese wedge, and another inverted slope piece. And we take the 1x2 and we stick the 2 cheese wedges facing each other. Double cheese wedge goes on top of this 1x2 with our sloped piece in the back, and then that piece on there. 1x3 brick and a 1x3 black tile, stick them together, goes in next. Then we get a 1x1 and a lightsaber, it's a metallic colour here, and we've got a corner plate that just sticks in here. And then we can stick the lightsaber into the top on the clip there. And then we get 2 2x2 modified. Got a trans blue pyramid type thing, a couple of 1x1 plates. Stick the 1x1 plate on one of these, stick that onto the front here. Same on the other side, but this time we also stick the blue pyramid trans piece into it. It goes on the other side. So this is what we're looking like at the moment. A couple of 1x1s modified in tan on the stud on the side, and these smaller curved pieces. And so the 1x1s go on the 1 plates that we stuck onto these pieces at the front. Then our sloped inverted curved pieces just go right at the front, something like that now. Then we've got a couple of 2x2s and a couple of dark tan 1x1s. Stick one of these these tiles on the front of each. Just like that. Then we get a 1x6 plate. We stick a 1x2 plate into the middle. We've got a dark tan corner plate goes one side and a normal corner plate on the other side. And we'll stick that into the middle there. We've got a double jumper and a bracket piece. We'll stick those together. That then just sticks across the top like this. Get a 2x4, stick a 1x2 in it, and one of these curved pieces on like that. That goes on top here. Then we've got a 1x2 in black, and we stick a brown 1x2 plate on top of that. That goes next to that curved piece there. Get a 1x3, stick a 1x1 plate on top of it. It goes just on the top here. And we also stick a curved piece on top like this. This top bit's sort of all building up now. Then we put a 1x1 on top of one of these sloped pieces that goes on other side here. And we've got a 1x2 plate, a regular 1x1 brick, and one with a stud on the side goes on top. That's on this side. And on the other side we get a 1x1 with a stud on the side, 1x1 plate goes on top, and a cheese wedge on top of that. That fits on the other side. And we've got two curved pieces. We've got a mud guard from a car, another curved piece in reddish brown, and two black 1x1s. So these curved pieces here go into the front over the doorway, and just behind them we stick our 1x1 black plates. Our brown curved piece goes on the side here, and our mud guard is going to go into the side there. So now we've got something looking like this. We get a 4x6, 1x2 plate and a curved piece, and this piece goes on the top here. Then our 1x2 goes on top of our mud guard, and I think our curved piece goes on the front. Just goes on the front there, so it's really building up now. The tree. Got another mud guard piece and a 1x1 plate. Our 1x1 plate goes on the front of this curved piece, and then our mud guard goes on this side, like this. And that is the end of bag 4. Cool. Got a few leftover bits in that one, but I'm not too worried. So, bag number 5, looks like we've got some tree foliage in this one, so we'll be building the tree out. We've also got Yoda in here as well. minifigure. So just this bag, one more bag to go, and we're nearly there. So there's Yoda's head. Kind of feels a little rubbery compared to normal minifigure heads. Stick his body on there. So definitely is rubbery, probably because of the pointiness of his ears, just to protect children from hurting themselves. He's got printed on the back and the front. He's also got printed on the back of his hair. He's got some on his head, so he's got some hair there. And he's got the shorter minifigure legs, of course, because he's Yoda. And in his hand, he's got a 3-length staff to teach the ways and whack Luke on the head. So we'll just stick Yoda to the side. So to start us off, we need 2 1x1s in tan, the studs on the side. There's one. There's the other one. There's another one. There it is. And we need an olive cheese wedge, dark tan cheese wedge, and 2 normal tan cheese wedges. Start with this one. Stick an olive cheese wedge on top, and a tan one on the other side. This is going in the front part here, and then on the other one, stick a dark tan on, and a normal tan that goes on the other side. Our sort of entrance way there. And a 1x2 plate, a couple more tan cheese wedges, and a curved brick. Stick the curved brick onto the plate here. That sticks onto one side over here, and then our other cheese wedges sticking into the front of our hut there. Then we've got 4 of these plates. These can be quite expensive, these plates. I think I almost got charged £1 per plate on Bricklink the other day for these in white. So we've got 4 of those, and then we've got 4 of these, which I've never used before actually. These are new elements for me. So we've got 2 of these curved pieces. There it is. These smaller ones. So we stick 2 together, 2 of these plates together, and stick one of these bricks on top. Do that again. It's going to be our doorway into the hut. And that sticks onto the front here. Like that, gives us a nice doorway there. Then we've got another 1x2 in tan, a couple of 1x1s, and 3 more of these curved pieces. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. So for 2 of them, we just stick some 1x1 plates into the bottom of. These just stick onto the front section just to curve it up a bit more, and then 1x2 goes into one, same as we did on the other side, and that sticks into the side. So just adding a bit more curvature to the front there. Then we've got a 1x1 in tan, dark tan, and an olive colour. Those together in a minute, and we'll stick a cheese wedge on top. So it goes tan, dark tan, olive, and cheese wedge on top. Just push these down, and that fills up that side over here. put more reddish brown now in. So we've got 1x2, curved by 1 round, a brown 1x2 and a brown 1x1. Stick the reddish brown and the brown 1x2 together. Then we've got our curved piece and our brown 1x1. We also stick over here, we've got a stud sticking here, we stick our round 1x1 in there. And this piece sticks into the swamp over there. Then we have these really long curved pieces here. So one of those. That's in brown actually, not in reddish brown. So it gets slightly difficult to see the different shades of brown. Reddish brown tile and a 1x2 plate. So we get this large brown piece, stick the reddish brown 1x2 plate in the top. Put a brown 1x1 into the bottom there. That sticks into the swamp coming out. Then we stick our 1x1 tile onto our other piece here. Again, that sticks into the swamp coming out. We've got all these bits now jumping out of the swamp. The roots going in from the tree. And we have another long one with shorter curves and a couple of 1x1 plates. Stick one of these 1x1 brown plates into the bottom there. Stick on another curve to it and another plate on top of that. And this sticks over this side. So we end up with this arch over here. And then this other long piece just clips into the back there to give us another arch there. Then we start with a 1x2 in brown plate, stick a 1x1 round on top, have our inverted sloped piece, 1x1 on top of that, 1x1 into the bottom, and then we stick our sloped piece in like this. This then sticks onto the 4 studs showing at the top of there now. So look at this branched out look. From there we stick another large curved piece going from that inverted piece all the way down to the stud that's showing there. 2 round bricks in reddish brown, a couple of 1x2s in brown and a cheese wedge in brown. Stick 2 of the 1x2 plates together and our cheese wedge goes on over this side here, and we stick 2 of these 1x1 rounds together. Build up over here. Then we want a 2x2 brick, 2x3 plate, log brick, and a 2x2. We start off with the 2x3. We stick a log brick on the ends, and our 2x2, and our reddish brown brick, and with a 1 stud overhang we stick that on top of our roof. Then we've got a log brick, another 1x2 in brown, 2 1x4s in tan, 1x1 and 4 more curved pieces. Olive green 1x1 plate. First off we stick the 2 1x4 plates together, then we're going to hang 4 curved bricks off of that. And at this end we stick some 1x1s in to the ends, and that goes across the top of our roof here. And then the log brick with the 1x2 in brown just goes at the back as well there. So just adding some more dome look to the roof. With a 1x2 with a slope, stick a 1x1 plate onto that. Dark tan cheese wedge goes in there, and then our brown slope piece goes in the front there. You get another one of those 1x1 round in brown. Got a corner plate and then an inverted sloped piece. These just get added to the top area here as the tree starts to grow. And this arch piece at the back. Just adding that bit there to the back. And on top of that, we're going to have another inverted arch, 1x1. And a cheese wedge. Goes on top here. So that's some right height here to the sort of tree area now. These curved pieces onto this plate and put a cheese wedge and a 1x1 round in brown. It just fills in this gap over here. Then we've got a log brick, another curved piece, just fills in the top of the roof again. We've got a 1x4, 1x3, 1x1, 2 curved pieces. Stick those together and then stick our curved pieces onto that. That will then just go again onto the roof here. Just a curve up this side. Then we've got a 1x1 and a 1x2. Stick that together and then fits into the gap up here. Stick a tan cheese wedge into a 45-degree sloped 1x2. Goes on the end, and then we've got a double cheese wedge. Goes just in the front there. Our dark tan and light tan 1x1 on top of this brick, and that sticks into the front part. Got a 1x4, a couple of 1x2 plates and a 1x2 brown, and we start adding this to the top. So the 1x4 goes in, 1x2, another 1x2 in thing, and another colour at the back. So this is what we've got so far. And we stick a 1x1 round and a plate round into that curved piece. Stick another 1x1 round brick into that, and another plate, and this sticks. Just another round into the top of that, and that sticks at the back in the centre part of our tree going on there. Then we have another large curved piece, comes across, and then just in front of that we'll stick another 1x1 plate there. Then we've got a sloped piece and a 1x1 round. So now you can see the full extent of the tree branches and shoots coming away. Then we have one of these inverted slope pieces. We'll stick a brown 1x2 and a reddish brown 1x2 on top, and that sticks off at the top up here. Then we're going to spin it round to the back, so meanwhile the back is looking like this. We get 4 log bricks and stick them together on top of each other, and then that's going to stick in here where we've got a little ledge all the way up, and then at the top here we're going to stick one of these inverted sloped pieces. Then we get another log brick, a corner brick, and a 1x1 round. Stick 1x1 round onto that plate, stick a log brick on, and then stick that at the top to secure the bricks we just added. Spin back round to the front now. We need to cover up this gap in the model, so we get one of these pieces here, stick a 2x2 reddish brown on top. Then into that we'll stick these 2x2 curved pieces, 2 of these, so we can angle this. And we'll stick this into the middle. This was a little difficult. It's there now, so we can just close that down like this to give us a nice slope to the front. Like that, and then we get another 2x4 and we stick a bracket into that, and that's going to stick into the top of our roof here, like that. Brandon, do you mean Lego designers having experience to get the job? Because I think they normally advise you get like a degree in product design if you want to become a designer. But if you are a naturally talented builder and you've got a really good portfolio of mocks and things that you can show them at interview, then that's also a valid way. I think there's quite a few Lego designers that didn't go to university to study product design, but are just naturally good imagination with the brick. Just putting the dome on top there now to finish that off, and on the top of the dome there we're going to get a dark tan 1x1 round, one of these, I don't know what these pieces are called, and these sort of spear pieces that's going to go into the top of the dome to finish that off. the spiky top to it. Then we're going to stick a leaf onto our tree. So here's the start of the foliage, and I'll just stick that to the side. We're going to build a branch now. So one of these curved pieces and 1 by 1 plates into the bottom. 1 by 1 plate on top, and a round 1 by 1 round. And we'll stick that into this archway. Got 1 by 2 slopes there, and then another leaf sticks into the middle there. Stick a 1 by 3 tile and a cheese wedge onto those studs there, and then we've got these vines which hang down. We'll stick that into there like that. Bring back in this model, and we can stick this into that leaf already. So we've got this hanging up like that. Then another leaf, another vine, curved piece. Stick the vine in there, and then we'll stick the leaf onto this side. That curves into there, so you can see the leaf coming down there. Then we've got a 1 by 2, another leaf and another vine hanging down. We'll stick that in top there. We'll put that to the side and build another branch. We start with a 2 by 2 and stick a 2 by 2 corner plates together. Then we've got an inverted curved piece that sticks in there. Downward facing curve and a 1 by 1 round. End up with something like this. Not quite finished actually. Then we stick the curved piece in there to stick the leaf. Sloped piece on top there, and a 1 by 1 round on the end there. And we'll stick that onto the top, kind of like that, I think. So it looks like this. That's it, missed something. So yeah, just something like that now. Then we start with a couple of 1x1 rounds, stick our curved piece on top of that, and then our 1x1 round brick that connects down this end, and then there's a 1x2 on top of that. Then we stick a log brick and another 1x1 round on top, and then the last piece of this one is when you get a curved piece and stick a cheese wedge into it, and then we get a leaf, and I'll stick 2 vines in this one. That sticks out like this now, so all these vines and leaves hanging. That's the end of bag number 5. So we're on the last bag now. We get to build the R2-D2s in here and our ship, and then a little bit more foliage on the outside, greenery. Ooh. Also get to go to Billund in September, so I'm looking forward to going to the Lego campus. Just got confirmed, so that'll be fun. So we'll start with R2-D2. So we've got a print here where he looks muddy this time, so he's got his detail on his front and back, but he's got mud splatters up here. Got his usual printed head goes on there, and then he's got his large legs that clip into that side here. Those look really big to me, these legs, they look too big, but there's R2, so that's our last figure in the set. Then to add some detail then for foliage, we've got a couple of these spirally vines. We've got 4 olive green 1x1 rounds, hopefully. We've got a trans clear 1x1 round with a pin in top, and we've got a what I call like a grab mechanism, so we stick the trans pin into this grab mechanism here, so this will allow us to position Luke doing a handstand. That sticks in down the front here, and you've got one of these green pieces in there. A couple of more olive green pieces just hiding away. Give us that swampy look. And where's the one more missing one? 1, 2, 3. 4 is up on the end. So just added a few shoots there, as you can see. Next up we've got a 2x2 grey, a jumper tile, another one of these 1x1s with a pin on it, another lightsaber type piece but in grey, and a trans yellow piece. So we stick the 2x2 and the jumper tile together, then we stick our lightsaber, then we stick our 1x1 round with a pin, then our lightsaber and the yellow piece into the top of that, and that goes into the back section just there. Next up we've got a medium nugget 2x2, another jumper tile that goes on. Then we get 3 orange 1x1 rounds on top of each other into the middle, like this. And on top of it we stick a lamp, so it looks like the lamp is glowing on top, and that sticks next to it. These are some of the supplies. It's going in over here now. Then we've got 2 more swamp shoots We've got 3 green 1x1 the studs on top and 1 tile. They build a bit more detail here on the swamp, so we stick 3 of these over here. Tile goes on top of one of those, and then some of the weed pieces. One goes in there, one goes in the swamp over that side. Actually, that piece goes in there, I think. In fact, I noticed I have just noticed I've put this wedge piece in the wrong way around. That goes in like that, and that like that. So, got these pieces in now. We've got a frog. Not sure if you get frogs in the Dagobah system, but maybe you do. 6, 8, and we've got 10 reddish brown 1x1. We stick our frog over the back here, looking out over the swamp, and then we're just going to strategically place these brown 1x1 rounds, because then we can put some plants into the swamp, I think. And last one goes in around there, so we've got all these brown 1x1 rounds with holes in. Now we've got 8 brown stalks for plants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 4 of these weird looking things, almost look like chicken feet, but they're also some sort of stumpy stalk thing. We stick these branches in pairs and stick this chicken leg into the middle, so we've got something like that. We do 4 of those, and they're going to again go in some of these 1x1 rounds that we just stuck in. One here by the frog, and then one more. There we go, so we've got some more sort of reeds and that appearing in the swamp. Got a few more to do yet. Then we've got 2 medium nugget branches, a couple of normal branches. Stick these in like that, and we've got 4 more, and for the ship we just need to stick in a hinge element here into our black piece that we stuck in earlier. Do that at an angle so we can angle the ship, and then we pair these branches up. Like that, so starting to get a right growth going around the swamp there. Next I think we're going to build the ship. We are, just put that to the side then. So to do the ship we start with this wedge piece here. We've got a printed 1x3 tile with the red and white stripes on, and we've got a 2x3 tile in white, a couple 1x3s in red. Then we flip this over, stick a 1x4 plate in white, a 1x1, and then a 1x6 plate. Flip this back over then, get one of these 1x2s with a loop in, stick a Technic pin in with a stud on, 1x1 round, and a dark bluish grey 1x1 round tile that sticks like that. We get another one of these with a loop in, stick a Technic pin in this time, then we stick another one together. Then we've got a 6 length rod that goes into the end, one of these engine type pieces and a cone. Really want a seam to go in like that. Then on the end we'll stick a lightsaber type piece with a 1x1 round, stick that into the end like that. Bring back in our wing, add that to the end of these plates, and to make sure it's secure we stick a 1x3 tile like this. You can see the wing hanging there. Bring back in our model, and then this should hopefully sticks in there at an angle, so it looks like the wing is hanging out of the swamp. And then we get to put a snake over one snake, which is supposedly crawling into Yoda's house, and that's it. So now we can position our minifigures into this. We have Yoda standing outside, we've got Luke doing his handstand, and then R2 just watching on like that. So there's, oh, the snake's just fell out. It's a shame there's not a clip to fix the snake, and they just have him squirming away. I think he fits into the studs, but it'll look better when it's not, when I'm not trying to angle it. So let's go back to the main screen then, because we've finished our build today. So here is the Dagobah Jedi training. So you can see we've got the swamp tree hanging with all the vines everywhere. We've got the ship's wing hanging out the top here, the X-wing. We've got Luke doing a handstand as per the film. We've got R2-D2 there at the back looking a bit muddy with some supplies. Yoda's training him there with his staff. We've got various plants growing all the way around the swamp. Snake slithering into Yoda's hut, and if you look around the back at Yoda's hut, you can see inside there's a little bit of detail of the lightsaber hanging up just above there, and some food being cooked and sort of a bed to lay down in, to sit in. So that's a pretty cool diorama. The green bits were a bit tedious, but if you look at it, I'll compare it to last week's trench run, so you can see the difference in size sort of there and there. So feels like there's maybe a little, don't know, this one's a lot bigger, but there does seem to be a bit more detail maybe in the trench run. And I kind of liked the scale of the trench run because it was micro scale, whereas this has got the minifigures in, so it's a bit bigger than micro scale. But yeah, they both look quite good. The compactor, trash compactor one doesn't really interest me, so I probably won't get that. But these two will look good on display, and hopefully Lego will release some more scenes, particularly in this scale, which would be really cool. So hopefully you enjoyed this stream. If you did, do hit that like button, as it helps other people get to see it and comment on it. Hopefully you let me just see how the poll did in terms of are you buying anything on the 1st of June. As I said, I'm going to get Optimus Prime, going to get Grimwood Place as well, Baby Groot as well at some point, but probably not at release. But we have 75% can't wait until the 1st of June. So let me know in the community what you end up buying. I'll stick a little post in there to see what everyone's buying, but let me know. Be interested to see. And join me next week because we'll be kicking off the Ultimate Collector series of the 8080 first part. So we'll be opening the box, seeing what's in there. And I think the build starts with the legs. So maybe we'll build a leg or two, or maybe just one. We'll see how we go in next week's episode. And then we'll be doing a continuation of the stream then for every week after until we get the 8080 complete. I've got a holiday in the gap there, as I mentioned, so we'll have a gap in between the build for a couple of weeks, and then we'll come back and finish off the 8080, and then we'll probably move back into doing the Lord of the Rings Tower of Orthanc, because I've been waiting to do that for a while, so we'll probably pick that up after that. Or maybe Optimus Prime, who knows. So whatever you're doing for the rest of your weekend, enjoy it. Those in the US, enjoy your long bank holiday weekend. We have the Queen's Jubilee next week, so I've got Thursday and Friday off, so I'm looking forward to that. But whatever you're doing for the rest of the weekend, enjoy yourself, and I'll see you next weekend.